Okay, so hi guys. I hope now's the problem with audio yesterday. You see, I was actually um, doing my stream, and I was having two microphones working at the same time. One on my camera and one microphone here. So that's the reason my last observation yesterday was. Pretty much messy with sound. Anyway, it was still just the beginning, and I just wanted to make sure that first of all, let me see. Okay, that's the reason my last observation yesterday. See, I'm watching myself live just to make sure that everything works well. Okay, well, look, it actually looks it looks okay. So it looks pretty much okay. So, all right. So then let's get started. Okay, let's get started. Okay, as long as everything works fine now, I'm super happy. Okay, and today I will do another observation. So today is Thursday, 12th of February, right? And we're gonna go and observe the markets first of all to see what's going on today, all right? And therefore we're gonna go to investing.com. So I want you to learn that website, okay, investing.com. Give me a moment, okay, if I turn it on, all right? So okay, so now investing.com, right? So investing.com, and as I said, okay, now on investing.com, okay, what you can see a lot of news, so you can see a lot of analytical data, right? You can see a lot of information that you want to consider when you're taking your investment decisions. If you're trading indices, stocks, whatever the assets you trade. Now, let's move forward and we're going to observe the markets together. So therefore, let's go here where it says markets. We click on markets and you see world financial markets. Okay, world financial markets. We're going to see United States, United Kingdom, Germany, Australia. Okay, so we can see this is actually what's all together, right? World financial markets. Now, look at S&P 500, DAX, FTSE, Nikkei, gold, crude oil. Now, S&P 500, that's 500 biggest companies in the US. This is an index. Okay, so a basket with biggest companies inside one country, inside US. Now, DAX is the German index. Okay, that's 40 biggest companies in Germany inside one basket. And you see this one is performing quite well today, gone up by $205 dollars, like almost 1%. FTSE 100, which is obviously UK 100. That's 100 biggest companies in the UK. So you see, FTSE is also doing quite well today. It's gone up by $20, right? Or 20 pounds now, and 0.20%. So quite a good day for FTSE. All right. Now, if you look at the technical summary, here is also something that we will cover shortly is how to understand when is the best time to trade. You see that based on technical, FTSE is very good to trade based on 5 minutes charts, on 15 minutes charts, on half an hour charts, on hourly charts, daily charts, and even monthly. So it means that the index keeps going like constantly up, and it's great to follow it, right? If you wish to do so. Now, Nikkei 225, that's 225 biggest companies in Japan. Okay, so you can see that Japanese index also going up today, right? Which is cool, right? Also means that the Asian market is on the move as well. Now, gold gone down by $12. Okay, and you can see minus $12 today, right? It's at the level of $5,085, right? This point of time. Now, 64.85 for oil. So crude oil keeps rising, and I believe that is on this Middle East tensions that Donald Trump announced. Right? Give me a moment. How about that? Which Donald Trump announced. Yeah, he might again intervene to Iran, and this is might be a very big thing for oil, possible shortage, because Iran is the biggest supplier of oil to China, so they actually sell a lot of oil to China, and China is actually buying and importing a lot from Iran. So imagine if Iran is unable to provide that much of oil to China, so there's going to be a huge demand, and then obviously the oil prices could skyrocket to 150 to $200, right? And it happened already in history in the past. So there's no reason for it not to happen again if such a situation happens. So we just look at the world financial markets, just a quick look, but then let's go and discuss and look at these indices and of course the rest of the assets one by one. You see, we can overview indices, stocks, ETFs, futures, currencies, bonds, and economics. Obviously, we're going to look at some other things as well. So let's start with world indices. As we said, Dow Jones, that's 30 biggest companies in the US. It's also an index, okay, industrial index in the US, in fact, right? DAX, as we said, that's a German index. NASDAQ 100. NASDAQ 100 is 100 biggest high-tech companies inside one index, right? By the way, just so you understand what index is and what it consists of, we can go here and we can go to maps, right? And look here, right? Let me put it a little bit smaller, the page, so that you can probably observe it better. Now, look, this is obviously the indices, okay? Now, let's say S&P 500. You see, this is 500 biggest companies in the US, right, that are divided by different sectors. So this is semiconductor sector, and you see NVIDIA is the biggest company inside that sector. Now you see technology sector, Microsoft is on that sector, right? You can see Apple, consumer electronics, is on that sector. Now, if you can see, let's say internet and content information, that's Google, biggest one on that sector, and so on. You see discount stores, Walmart, right? You can see, let's say, credit services, banks, bank diversified, so that's banks, obviously, banking sector, drugs manufacturing, right, medical devices, and you see all the industries, let's say, and the top companies of that industries inside S&P 500. Now, moving forward, this is Dow Jones 30, okay, Dow Jones, that 30 biggest companies industrial index, and you see in Dow Jones, you see NVIDIA, Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Walmart, okay, JP Morgan, right, IBM, Cisco, right, Salesforce, Microsoft, so telecom, Disney. You see the biggest companies, 30 biggest companies in the US inside that index, all right, and then NASDAQ 100. See, so this is 100 biggest high-tech companies. Like we said, NVIDIA, Microsoft, Apple, Amazon, right, Google, Tesla, Walmart again, right, Meta, and Google, and so on. So you can see all of here. Now, we're looking at one-day performance. It's actually showing us what they did yesterday, I mean, the stock market. But if we look, for example, for a horizon of a year, see 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, month to day, do we have 1 year performance? So if we change for 1 year performance, you see how much the situation changes right away. So you see that, for example, NVIDIA gone up by 43% within the last 12 months, Apple by 18, Microsoft dropped down by 1%, Amazon dropped down by 12, Google gone up by 66, right, Tesla by 30. Then you can see some other companies that's gone up in that sector. You see here, some companies like this one, Micro Technologies, MU, gone up by 336%, right? And then you can see the rest of them, okay, for example, Intel gone up by 130%. So if you would be holding your shares obviously in these companies, that's how much your shares would go up in value, right? Now, if you basically would be holding it physically, like if you would buying them and holding them like this, but if you would be doing that through your broker, where you have your leverage, and usually on stocks the leverage is 1 to 5. So in order for you to buy, let's say, one share, you need 5 times less money. For example, if a price of a share is $100, and if you go to your bank to buy the share, the bank will ask you to give you $100, right? So today, obviously, to give them $100 so that they can sell you a share. But when you go to a broker offers you leverage, and on stocks leverage usually, like I said, 1 to 5. So instead of you buying a share for, let's say, $100, you're gonna get it for $20. So it's gonna be 5 times cheaper, right? But the difference is that you're not gonna be the shareholder. You're not holding that share. It doesn't belong to you. You basically just speculating, right, that the price will go higher on that share, right? And then, of course, that's the reason why the leverage is there, right, to give you a bigger buying power. So imagine if you're basically have a leverage of 1 to 5, so it means that you need to multiply this type of returns by 5. So if you see, let's say, Nvidia that made 43% return in the last 1 year, multiply that by 5, and that will give you, give or take, about 200%, right? Return that would be your return with your broker. Same to, let's say, Tesla. You see, 30% multiplied by 5, let's say it would be 150% for you, right? And then Google, 66, also multiply that by your leverage, and that's way you will have an idea how much you could have made, right, with these companies should you trade them using your broker, let's say. Anyway, so this is just to show you the indices, okay, Nasdaq 100 and so on. Right, let's move forward. So now you understand what are the indices, and it seems that the indices are doing quite well. You see the majority of them are in green, right, and they keep moving. So yeah, very good thing for as an opportunity to trade indices today. Now, world stocks. So we have some companies here: Nvidia, Amazon, Apple, Verizon, but we can check, of course, for many more. All right, that's just for you to know about the stock market. Now it's still closed anyway. It opens at 4:30 my time, GMT +2. Right, I don't know your time, but the US market is not working, let's say, all the time. So it closed when the US is closed. So by the time the US will be opening, the stocks prices will start moving. Now, top gainers. Okay, top gainers. This is the companies who are the top gainers. Let's say you see Caterpillar and gone up by $32, 4%. That's actually from yesterday, right? And then the losers of yesterday. Okay, now indices futures. That's what we just said. Okay, indices going up. Dow Jones keeps going, right? And it's quite significant, let's say, move, $114, right? Just today alone. Now we go for the other ones. You see the rest of them also doing quite well. Now the Japan index, though, you see dropping down, right? Dropping down -1%. Nikkei 225 dropping down today, right? We'll see. Maybe we're gonna see a reason for it later reading news. So now let's okay. So let's continue. Real-time commodities. As you can see here, we see gold. So gold today gone down by $16. Oil up by 13 cents per barrel. Silver down by 85 cents per ounce, right? And then, we see financial futures. This is obviously U.S. Treasuries, U.S. debts, right? That's not something that we would like to look at. Anyway, okay, so this is just to observe the markets. You see dollar index. So dollar index is a little bit up today. It's in green. It means that the dollar has a strength. So if we come back here and look at Forex, okay, let's see the performance of the currencies today. So you see here is 1 day relative performance USD, right? Now, what does it mean? It means that some currencies, the major currencies like New Zealand dollar, Japanese yen, British pound, euro, Swiss franc, Canadian, and Australian dollar, right? So these currencies now are being scaled versus US dollar. So US dollar now is a benchmark, and it measures obviously the strength of the dollar today, and it shows you, for example, okay, what currencies gone up and how much they're gone up versus dollar, and what currencies gone down versus dollar. It's also a good thing for you to know what kind of movements happening today. Let's say NZD, Japanese yen, quite strong currencies today. They're gone up by 0.19 and 0.13% respectively. Okay, so that could be something that gives you an idea, let's say, what to look at. But we will definitely check, all right, some currencies and open some trades. Now let's look at something else. So as we said, commodities. You see oil, Brent oil, okay, crude oil, Brent oil, natural gas are up today. You see natural gas almost like 1% is up today. Now gold down slightly, silver down by almost 1%, copper up, soybeans up also. So commodities quite doing quite well, right? Just gold and silver sitting down a bit, but it's just a small correction, I guess, because they have very good projections, right? And yeah, they have price targets for 6,000 for gold and 150 for silver, but we'll see what's gonna be the situation later this year. Now, moving forward, so we'll look at indices. You see, these are the indices in the world, what they do. Okay, you can see the index of each country, right? So you can go there and understand. So if you're trading, let's say, the commodities or any other assets in your country, you can look at the index, right? Index is actually a basket of biggest companies, like I said before, and it's a very good barometer for you to understand how the economy is doing today, right? How the whole country is doing, because index is measuring the performance of the biggest companies, right, and the interest in them. So that's why you can see the indices. You can see which ones today are doing better, right? You can put them by change and see that, let's say, the best one today is KOSPI 50. As you can see, it's South Korea. 50 biggest companies. So this index gone up by 3.75%. So these are the top gainers today. So if you wish to trade someone, let's say to trade indices, okay, you can continue with these ones, right? Because they have a good trend, let's say. So that's just about indices. Now we go to stocks. So stocks, as I said, companies, and you can see their performance yesterday. Okay, so you see the companies that gone up yesterday by how much, right? So the bigger one was Caterpillar, right? And then the rest of them, yeah, you see gone down yesterday, right? Then we see futures, and we don't see futures. No futures. Now, okay, let's look at currencies. So if you look at currencies now, okay, you can see which currencies and how much they changed today. Euro, US dollar, you see slightly up. Okay, let's also do the by change, right? Oh, wait a second. Currencies, widespread. Bear with me. Futures, currencies. All right. Anyway, let's just maybe do it that way. That way. All right, so here are the currencies. So look, Bitcoin gone up today 791, but BTC USD. But what currency is that? 43,000? No, Bitcoin cannot be 43,000 today. No, that's something different. Ah, so it keeps changing. All right, so let's just go then like that. Okay, so euro US dollar slightly up. Right, you see currencies that gone up. You see currencies that gone down. Right, you can see GBP, JPY. Right, what is the price now? 208.59, 208.63. Right, and yeah, this is obviously how currencies are moving today. Now, if we look at economics, yeah, you can see unemployment rate. This is also very important, let's say, data in order for you to observe. Okay, so you can see how important is to look at the interest rate in each country. You can look at the unemployment rate in each country. You can look at the CPI, Consumer Price Index. That's obviously the inflation, right? And year over year, CPI, and again, is inflation 3.3. Okay, so you can see that's inflation and stuff for country by country, right? So that's also can give you a quite good idea, right, on how to trade, let's say, right, different assets. Now, moving forward, so what we discuss now is just the world. We observe now the world financial markets together. We checked what is trending today, and we could see a lot of opportunities on commodities, on indices, right? And then we're gonna go and trade some assets together. We're gonna go therefore for technical summary. Remember, the technical summary on investing.com is an opportunity for you to analyze the trends in the market on different class of assets. So if you trade, let's say, Forex or indices or commodities or futures, you can come here and technically understand where the market is going based on your time frame that you trade on 5 minutes bar chart, hourly bar chart, daily bar chart. So I usually trade something between short term to medium term, and therefore I like to trade, let's say, I like to set it up for 5 minutes, 15 minutes, then half an hour, and then hourly, right? So now the signals will be showing me based on the time frames on the graph. You see, on the graph, as you could see here, every candle represents a specific time frame. So if I put, let's say, 1 hourly time frame, now every candle will represent to me 1 hour movement. Give me a moment. Okay, let me see. Right, so it will represent to me 1 hourly movement. So if I just let me reload it. Okay, here we go. So like I said, 1 week movement, 1 hour movement. All right, and why it's making it so small? All right, so small. Anyway, look, it's hourly movement. Okay, every candle represents 1 hour. And now let me go back so we can see investing.com signals. Now, to trade these signals, it's pretty easy. Now, I call this as a 4 aces strategy. So in order for you to take advantage of these signals, you need to find something that has 4 strong buy or 4 strong sell on all 4 time frames. So when you see strong sell, right, and neutral, you don't trade that because that's pretty much mixed, okay? But if you go, let's say here, GBP CHF, right, and it says a strong sell recommendation, right, GBP CHF, let's go and check that. GBP CHF, we're going to add it here. GBP CHF. GBP CHF, okay, in Forex. So let's just add that, right? GBP CHF, here we go. Now, GBP CHF, if we add it here, wait a second. No, it's something. It's something wrong. Okay, let's just remove that and add the proper one. GBP CHF. Okay, so let's just put that one. British pound, Swiss franc. Oh yeah, look, yeah, you're right. So here we go. GBP CHF. I was having an impression of putting JPY. Anyway, so here we go. GBP CHF. Okay, says a strong sell recommendation, right? And we're looking at on the hourly chart. So on the hourly chart, you see for the last 2 hours, the price is going up. It's going down, sorry, going down. And if we set it up for 30 minutes, then you see the trend keeps going like 1 hour steadily down, right? However, it's now at the line that is so-called support line. You see, it's actually coming here already several times to the same level as it is now. So it's coming several times, but it couldn't break it. So as you can see, the market really pretty much going sideways. So if you, let's say, do it this way, okay, now it was the top one, right? We're gonna move it over here, right, for the top. So slightly up. Okay, now and look here, the market is going also, right, like sideways here, right? You see, it's coming every time over here. It came here, basically touched that line and couldn't go lower. Touched that line, couldn't go lower, and now it's coming back again to this line. So it's it seems to be a very strong support line, and we need probably to see if it's gonna break it and if the continuation will follow, or if it's gonna rebound back again. So there's no reason to open it right away, okay? And then maybe we can wait a little bit, or you know what? Since it's paper trading anyway on TradingView, okay, let's open the trades based on what we just saw. It was a strong sell recommendation. You see GBP CHF, strong sell, strong sell. Okay, then we're gonna go here and we're gonna put, for example, right, look at the GBP. So how much you're gonna be trading? For example, you're gonna be trading, right? You have now 100,000 balance, right? 100,000. So let's say we're gonna go to trade 10,000, right? 10,000. So with 10,000 units, okay, it's actually how much you will be now. I will be obviously selling now 10,000, and in order for me to trade 10,000, I will be using only $279 out of my $72 out of my total account, because I have leverage. Like I said, that buying power that allows me to use less money to trade more. So let's open that trade. I will put, like I said, 10,000 to sell, and then I will put to take profit. So for example, if I'm putting there $272, all right, how much am I happy to make back in return? So I always like to discuss that in percentage. So for example, if you putting any amount into a trade, all right, $1,000, $10,000, or $200 or whatever, right, you should tell yourself how much should you be happy to make back in percentage. Let's say 10%, 20%, 30%. Okay, and if you're happy, let's say, of making 10%, then set your let's say price targets to make 10% return. So for example, I'm happy to be making 10%, right? I can put, let's say, 20% to make, for example, but it's not guaranteed that 20% will be made, or 30% or 50%. So I'm going through the logic where the lower, let's say, the appetite you put, the more chances that eventually it will happen, right? So I mean, like, your trade will be delivering you that profit. So if I put $272, right, and I want to make 10%, that's going to give me $27 back, right? 10% of that, it's $27. So if I put $27, right, I can see that my trade will close when the exchange rate is going to go down from 105.99, it's going to go down to 104.78. You understand? So that's what I'm going to do, and my trade will go and close automatically. So I'm going to go and click on a sell. Now you see my trade has been open, okay? And now let me come here. You see CHF, GBP CHF short. So I'm selling 10,000, right? I started with a small loss, which represents the spread, the difference between buy and sell price. That's something that you always pay to a broker, okay? Some commission. So some brokers charge more, some brokers charge less. But yeah, that's what you pay. So now my trade is running. So I'm selling it, and I'm expecting to make $27 should the price reach this green line here. You see, so when it reaches that green line, that's where my money will be made, right? So I'm leaving it there until it's going to go and close. And I'm going to go back to investing.com and see if there's anything other changes. So you see USD, Euro USD. You see Euro US dollar, strong buy recommendation on all full time frame, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, hourly. Strong buy, strong buy, strong buy. So let's go again, all right, and find Euro US dollar. You see Euro USD, we're looking at, as we said before, 1 hourly chart, 2 hours going up the euro. And we see that it's actually been going down a lot. So there's pretty much a lot of space to go back up again. Good opportunity to follow the trend. Now, remember this. In the market, they say the trend is your friend. Just follow the trend. Okay, that's one thing. And also they say whatever goes up a lot has to go down, and whatever goes down a lot has to go up. So that's why it's good to see ups and downs when something happens, because this creates an opportunity to buy something from the dip or to sell something from the top. So now they say Euro US dollar, strong buy opportunity. You see, strong buy, strong buy, strong buy. So 4 aces saying strong buy. We're going to go and do that. We're going to go and click on buy. Okay, we're going to put also 10,000, right, units, which is going to be 10,000 euros that we're going to be buying. And therefore, we will be using $237 out of my accounts. Now I'm going to put again $23.24, let me round it up, as a 10% return on this trade. Okay, and then I'm just going to go simply to buy it. So my trade will go live. And like I said before, it will close by itself when my 10% return will be delivered. Okay, so now this is the second trade that we opened based on that signal. Now let's go and let's see something else. So what we see now, okay, USD JPY, okay, strong sell recommendation, right? USD JPY, strong sell, NZD USD, right? Also on a strong buy, Euro CHF on a strong sell. Okay, so we have plenty of opportunities, okay, to trade. Let's go to USD JPY, is on a strong sell recommendation. USD JPY, okay, here we go. Strong sell recommendation. We can observe a very long downward trend here. Okay, so they're expecting that is going to go down. We're going to go again with 10,000, right? We're going to use, you see now, $199, okay, because of the leverage. And then you see leverage 1 to 50. So 1 to 50, it means that I need 50 times less than the actual price, 50 times less than 10,000 in order for me to open the trade. So now I'm putting, again, 10%, which is going to be $20, right, in order for me to open that trade. And I'm going to put a sell, okay, a sell trade. And again, my trade is set to deliver 10% return, right? And it's running USD JPY. Here we go. It's running there. Now, let's move forward. What else do we have? We have NZD USD, right? Strong buy. NZD USD. Let's find NZD USD. NZD USD. Okay, strong buy. Let's just add NZD. Here we go. Now, NZD USD also strong buy, but look, it's also very important to notice that the price was coming here several times. You see, same level. Came here, draw obviously, and now it's coming here, but every time it was coming here, it was dropping down. See, so it seems that it's a very strong resistant line over there. So I'm not gonna go and buy this one because I better wait a little bit longer to see if if that resistance will be broken or if the rebounds will happen. So look, I have now how many? I've got 1, 2, 3 trades on currencies. Okay, I think that's gonna be enough, right? I'm trading US dollar JPY, Euro US dollar, GBP CHF. So quite diversified here as well. Now let's look at something else. All right, let's look at some futures. We're going to look at indices. So today, you see, again, when you're changing something, you're changing the timing. So let's just do that again. 15 minutes, half an hour, and then hourly. Right, hourly. So look at this. DAX is on a strong buy recommendation. Okay, you can see Japanese index is on a strong sell. So let's go and look at DAX. DAX 40. We're going to add that index here. Okay, so futures and then DAX. So DAX index futures. Okay, so let's add it here. And okay, so that's a weird one. All right, let me see if we have something else. Okay, proper one. DAX futures. Okay, see a lot of platforms offer the DAX. Okay, here we go. That's the one. Now, so DAX is on a strong sell recommendation as strong sell, strong buy. All right, a strong buy recommendation. See strong buy recommendation on DAX. So we're gonna go and trade DAX on the buy option. So now you see 1 unit on DAX requires 1,495, right, dollars in order for me to open it. So if we lower it down, let's say to 0.2. Oh, the minimum one is 1. Okay, so 1 contract is minimum. All right, no worries. Listen, we have enough. Okay, so if we're putting 1,495, right, and we want to make 10%, right? You see leverage 1 to 20, so we need 20 times less than the actual price. So if I'm putting 1,495, so 10% of that is going to be $150, right? 150, and I'm going to basically just put on my buy order. Okay, buy order. Now, okay, so my trade also is open now. Positions, orders. All right, activate, active trade. Working, inactive. Why is that inactive? See, it's something with with trading view. Okay, I don't understand some features that's here. You see some quotes coming from different sources. All right, but anyway, here we go. We have by what is it? Is it the order? Okay, sell order. That's I was actually selling it by okay, I see. That was an order actually left, so it wasn't a sell, right? You see, it's I was just it wasn't a sell itself. Let's just delete that orders anyway. We're deleting orders now. Okay, you have positions, so we have 3 trades, and we're gonna go back now to and trade by market. So if we trade by market, right? Again, we're gonna go to buy, right? To go to buy and 150, so all good. So now it should go to trade. Okay, here we go. Yeah. So now it's gone to trade, and you can see that yeah, it opened here. So we open now one trade on DAX. As you can see, I'm already using $2,200 together to open these 4 trades, right? Let me look at something else. So we're trading DAX. We're looking here at Hang Seng. That says no strong sell, all right? So Hang Seng strong sell. Let me see, right? Hang strong sell. Okay, so that will be Hang Seng futures, right? And we can see that is on a strong sell recommendation. So that's where we're gonna go and also trade by market. Wow, you see 1 unit with the leverage, right? It's $8,629. Wow, that's quite a lot, to be honest with you, to trade for. Can I trade 0.1? You see, with your broker, you can trade like a small portion of it, right? Here, it requires just like one lot, right? And like I said, it's quite a lot. Well, yeah, let's just skip that, but it's on a strong sell. But if you're trading that with your broker, okay, you may see what leverage your broker offers, because TradingView gives here that's the average 1 to 20, right? Then let's move forward. So that was indices. Let's look at some commodities, okay, and then let's customize again, right? 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, and then hourly. So something also for medium to short term. Okay, and then we can see gold, a strong buy, silver, strong buy, copper, crude oil, okay, oil buy. So let's go and trade gold, okay, and silver, maybe silver, strong buy, and then we can trade some oil. That's what we're gonna do for today. All right, so let's just put crude oil here. So crude oil is on a strong buy, okay, so that's what we're gonna go to do it. Silver can be traded at the TradingView paper trading. Okay, then what about this one? So this one can be traded, okay? So this is crude oil, all right? And then we're gonna go there, you see, to trade 1 unit, and 1 unit is 1,000 barrels, okay? Because that's how it's quoted. So for 1 unit, for 1,000 barrels, you need 3,251. Now, 3,251, okay, that's something that we're gonna go for. So the 10% of that will be $325, let's say 330. $330. Right now, look, the price now is $65. All right. And what I'm doing now, I'm putting one lot and I'm actually buying it for 3,251. And I'm expecting the price to go to 65.35. So basically, I want the price to go 35 cents higher. And when the price goes 35 cents higher, I make 10% return, right? I make $330. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to go and click on the buy. Doing this lead to unexpected trade results, okay, and then yeah, click on send. Here we go. So now this is about oil, and we set also silver, right? Do I have silver here? No, I don't. So let me look at silver. That is gonna go in commodities, okay, stocks, futures, indices, it's commodities. Oh, right, silver. Here is gold, right? Now silver, okay, silver, and let's see silver price, and silver is in a strong buy recommendation. So we're gonna go buy. We're gonna go markets. Okay, you see 1 troy ounce of silver is 168. So we can trade, let's say 100, right? So maybe 1,000. No, that's a lot. Okay, let's say 500 troy ounce. Okay, for $830. So we're gonna put it, let's say 500, and if we put $800, so we want to make $84 back in return, 10%. Okay, and then we go by market. Okay, wonderful. So now, as you can see, I have 6 trades open. Right, 6 trades, 3 trades on currencies. Some of them already in profits. Okay, so they are going to deliver that 10% return on what I set on all of them. Right, so some of them are still in a minus, right, but it's still okay. I just wanted to explain to you what we did today. So we observed the markets, and then yeah, we opened some trades based on the opportunities that are moving the markets today. Now, I want you to subscribe to my channel, okay, so that you don't miss my next live session, because I'm going to be observing markets every day now. And if you're trading, if you want to trade, if you want to turn trading into your source of living, you need to know what's happening in the market every single day, so that you know what direction the prices are moving, so that you can take advantage of that directions. Now, also, look at the description of my channel and subscribe to my Telegram channel. On my Telegram channel, I'm posting the most essential news every day, the news that actually impact the market, the news that create a lot of movements in the market. So yeah, you want to be always, let's say, one step ahead, let's say, of the market, and to be in a position to take advantage of something coming. And there's a lot of things happening now in the markets that can possibly make you some good money, okay, good returns. But if you do that properly, because there's always risk involved, and you need to understand, okay, why you trade, so what size you trade, okay, what is your risk level, your risk appetite, okay, how you make money and stuff. So if you don't know all that and you're completely novice to trading, so then just like I said, join my YouTube channel, and I'm explaining there from the scratch, okay, with a very simple language. I'm calling it Mickey Mouse language, how to do trading from, let's say, from zero experience to trade like we did so far. So saying all that, okay, I wanted to say thank you for watching, okay, and just join me, okay, subscribe to me so that you don't miss my next observation, right? And look how many trades now in a profit, right? So let's see. Let's have a good day. I'm wishing you a good one as well, okay? Hope this was helpful for you as well, all right? So bye-bye for now. Thank you.